22 victories against 8 defeats with 1 draw, 26 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Miguel Maikito Martínez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold trimmed with red and weighing in at 110 3/4 pounds. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, he brings a perfect record of 24-0, 21 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated flyweight champion of the world, Hit Dinamita Danny Romero.
All right, we are ready for round 1 of what should be a very fast-paced fight between these two. Danny Romero, the first American to win the World Flyweight Championship in more than 60 years since Midget Wolgast was champion back in the 1930s. And here we go into round number 1. Romero in the gold trunks, undefeated in 24 fights. Maikito Martínez, 32-8-1, but he was a guy who, believe it or not, was 4-4 early in his career and then turned things around. And he's been on a real win streak here in the last couple of years. Has fought very well, good boxer and a good combination puncher, very busy in the ring. Romero, as I mentioned, kind of the complete package with a lot of power too.
Of course, Danny Romero does possess great skills, a lot of power. But then again, Maikito, he's a great boxer, good champion, and Danny Romero, of course, has to be very careful. But I think Danny Romero is a very strong, young fighter, up-and-coming fighter, and he's going to be a very good champion for many, many years.
Well, while I don't expect Romero to lose this fight, I will say that his strength, the power that he possesses in both arms, can also be a weakness because he has a tendency to be willing to just throw wildly sometimes while taking a punch here and there. If you face somebody that also has power, that can be very dangerous.
He won the title against Francisco Tejedor back in April. It was a very interesting bout on the George Foreman, Axel Schultz undercard. Romero that night becoming the first American flyweight champion, as I mentioned, in 63 years. In that fight, he fell behind quite significantly in the early going to Tejedor, who is a very good, clever fighter. But Romero, I was really impressed with the way that he stayed patient and realized that he just wasn't going to knock this guy out. And he went out and used his own boxing skills to gradually take control of the fight and win the unanimous decision.
Danny Romero, of course, a great champion, and he was behind on that Tejedor fight, but he came back like a true champion. He used his head, he was very intelligent, and won the fight.
I would guess you would have to know as a fighter just when you can knock somebody out. I mean, even if you think it's going to be in the first round, you still have to pick the spot. It seems that's the way you fought Rafael Ruelas. I mean, you went in there feeling him out, and then obviously clearly in the second round you picked your spot.
Actually, what I try to do is we have our game plan in training camp. We know what we're going to do, and we try to do it, try to utilize our moves in the ring on that actual night in the fight. And that's what I did with Rafael Ruelas. I used my combination, right uppercut, left hook, and knocked him out. And this is what Danny Romero should do right now. He's picking his shots pretty good, using his jabs, and I believe Danny Romero can knock him out whenever he wants.
Maikito's has managed to land a couple of good combinations. And one